So, hey Jose. So,
Hi.
how you doing?
Pretty okay. Pretty
okay?
good right now, yeah.
Feeling pumped? Real excited?
Yeah. I'm thriving.
So, why don't you start by telling us your name and your major?
My name is José Luzardo, and I'm majoring in political science and cultural studies.
And what made you decide to come to McMaster for those specific studies?
I recently moved to Canada. I moved to Canada 1 year before coming to McMaster, and I had a couple options all around the GTA, and I thought the campus was the McMaster campus was the most beautiful one.
It is
This
very pretty.
area
Look at
in
this.
particular.
Look at this great stuff.
It is beautiful.
So, tell us a bit about your music.
My music? I use music in order to understand different cultures. Since I moved from Venezuela when I was quite young, and my parents always liked traveling, I feel that music is a way to understand a new place, not only in their rhythm and their sound, but also what led to that music, what kind of stories are behind the lyrics of those songs. For example, if you want to talk about, like, in my history class right now, we're studying the history of the 1960s in the U.S. and the civil rights movement. So there's a lot of the iconic songs of the 60s that made the change. So music is a way of understanding culture and the social movements that have gone by for me.
So, you definitely see a connection between your studies or your interests and your music.
Yes, of course. I could not really have picked the majors that I had if they weren't helping me in some way in music. Obviously, it's not in the instrumental part because I don't learn to play guitar in my classes, but in order to have content to the idea of mostly the idea of being a songwriter, all the classes helped me a lot because I learned from many different contents and I learned from many different things that I want to express in music.
So, you're talking about Katy Perry and other pop culture references. How do you feel that these songwriters who are so massively popular right now would benefit from a humanities education?
I guess I'm not really sure how to say for Katy Perry because I know a couple artists such as like Elliott Smith or many others have degrees, like the Arkells. They were all in humanities and social sciences at McMaster. But I feel it maybe would give her an idea of how to critically think or how to maybe in her songs express reasons or actual things that might make a difference. Not only expressing the value, because everything in this generation is all about immediate instinct, and that's what they sell in those massive industries. But there's a mini industry that tries to sell that feeling to those songs, or songwriters that write songs about the riots in Venezuela or the riots in Brazil or the ones in Hong Kong.
So, we were talking pre-interview about kind of the value of humanities education, which you've touched on a lot, but there's this kind of backlash, this outcry against the humanities, saying that students aren't going to be able to get jobs. Do you think that there's value here in a job field, either in music or in other places, or do you think that there's a value beyond that?
I feel that any degree has a value, any post-secondary school has a value in some way, but I feel that in universities seen nowadays as a means to an end, mostly, and it shouldn't be seen that way. Like, we should look at it as like the Greeks saw it, as the academia world, as like learning and understanding. I'm not sure that I want to have a job in the cultural studies department or the political science for that sort, but there's much more that I can learn from the degree that is not only the safetiness of having a job by the end of my career. Keep structure on my mind.